everybody. This is Edwonda White.
And I'm Margot Evans.
And I'm Rochelle Truby.
And we are Three Black Girls Talking. Today, we're going to be talking about kids going back to school. All over the country, people are trying to send their kids back to school. They're making it mandatory. And some people are not liking it. So I'm going to bring up my girl, Rochelle, and she's going to tell you how she feels about kids going back to school.
Okay, so I have a 14-year-old, and he wasn't going to go back to school if the school was going to open anyway. I already had told him that. And now this is what's so crazy about it. The boy didn't like to go to school as it is. Now he's talking about, Mom, I miss school. Can we do hybrid? I'm like, no. And what hybrid is when they go 2 weeks to school and then 2 weeks off. No, you're not going to school at all. And I just don't want kids my son going to school, because kids do not know how to social distance. My son is a hugger. Every time he sees somebody, he want to hug on. I see him when he see the girls, he go hug them and everything like that. He want to show them all kind of love and stuff. No, you're not going back to school because you're not bringing this virus home to me. And then secondly, I feel sorry for the teachers. Like, some of the teachers have underlying health issues, and these kids can pass it on to them, and then they can take it back home to their families. So for right now, I feel like we should just do the online schooling, and I do feel for the parents that have to be the parent and the teacher, and then actually have to work too. I do feel for them too. So don't think that I'm just thinking about myself. But in order to save lives, I think it's just a better decision for us to stay home and have online schooling until we can get the kids back to school in a safe environment. And then what 3 and 4 and 5-year-old, that's going to keep a mask on all day.
Right.
They're going to be snatching their mask on. And plus, why should they have to?
Right.
Why should they have to have masks on? They want to run and play and jump. It's just too much. It's just better for us to keep them home and safe. And then when the world opens back up to whatever norm is going to be at that time, then we'll let them go back to school. Margot, how you feel about that topic?
Well, you know what? I don't have any children that's going to school. I do have a niece and I have nephews that are in school, and I don't agree with children going back to school right now. It's too dangerous. And then on the flip side, I work in, employment and in human resources, and I understand the other side for the parents, because they do have to stay at home with their kids. They don't have anybody that can stay at home with their children while they come to work. And then also for them to even come to work. That's putting them at risk, and then going back home to their kids, and somebody may have passed on something to them. So it's like a lose-lose situation right now with this pandemic. And I just wish that some way, somehow, an umbrella of money can be given to parents and children so that they can live out the rest of this year schooling their children from home, because I really don't see how they can really keep it together with the mask, with the kids. I mean, maybe the older kids, maybe the high school kids, but then again, the teachers, it's just too much going on in the world to say, okay, we're going to open up the schools and let your kids come in and then bring you back the virus. You don't know how other people quarantine, and you don't even know if they quarantining or not. So if I had children, I wouldn't have them go. I'm going to advise my sister not to send her children to school, because they go see their grandma a lot, and she got underlying, and grandpa, and then she got underlying issues. So, it's not the best right now. What do you think, Edwonda?
I'm going to say, we here at Three Black Girls Talking, we just sit around and we talk about stuff, and today, that's the issue of the day. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with them going back to school, but I just think it's way too soon. You know what I mean? They need to wait it out. A lot of parents are concerned. I used to work in education, and a lot of parents are concerned that their children will fall behind, because a lot of the students, especially in the urban and inner city schools, were already far behind and below the grade level as it was. And we know that parents are having a hard time with doing that homework and doing that online work. Half of them, the parents don't even know how to do the work themselves, let alone help the child, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be funny, but it's true. A lot of them are like, I don't know how to do this, And And also, the parents are tired of being there with their children. They never realized how much time they weren't spending
Right.
with their kids until they had to be at home with them for that 8 hours or however long they would be at school. So they like, somebody please bring school back, right? And then the government, the reason why, because of that funding, all that funding and education, they get money for each student that is on the roll, that is in attendance, and they need that. They're missing millions, billions worldwide.
Right.
So there's issues regarding that. Now, I don't think that we should put dollars over our health. And I don't think that we should be so tired of our children that we just want to push them into a situation, because that's going to cause us globally to go back into a pandemic even longer because of the spread.
Right.
The teachers are in danger, the administrators are in danger, the students themselves are in danger, because kids, they like to hug, and they nasty, and they don't wash their hands, and
right.
you know what I mean? Not nasty like nasty, but I'm talking about nasty in terms of hygiene, not washing them.
Right.
They want to run up and hug the teachers, and they want to rub their nose and put it on the kid, and then you never know who your kids are being exposed to. Okay, so then your kids come home, just a little first grader come home from school and was exposed, and maybe their little immune system is okay with it, and they're asymptomatic, and guess what? They infect grandmama at home.
Yep.
And grandmama gone because you went to school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you really doing at school in kindergarten, first grade, scribbling and all that? Let me tell you something. You can do that at home. You know what I mean? My concern is for those high school students who really, really need their academics so that they can get into school. Like 2020 high school graduates, I applaud you guys. You hung in there and you did what you had to do, and we missed out on your graduations, and we are so proud of you guys.
Right.
But it's going to be tough for those kids who are 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th graders who are really trying to pursue their education, and they need to know this algebra. They need to know how to write a term paper, and they need to be prepared. And then they're going to be a year or 6 months or 9 months or whatever behind their grade level because they missed all that learning. So there's two sides of the coin, and we're going to go with our 30 seconds of closing out this. Parents out there, stay encouraged, but don't send your kids out too early, because then we could be locked down for even longer. All right, Margot, what's your final words?
My final word is that I really just hope that they figure out a way. Like Rochelle said, they have the hybrid. I don't believe in the hybrid, have going to school, I think they should do the Zoom classes, or whatever they can do to do it on a computer, provide them with the tablets or whatever they need so that they can do it from home, so that they're safe until it's really safe for them to go to school. So they need to just figure something out so that these parents can get a relief, because they don't know how to do the work. And then these kids can get a relief, and they can see their friends on the Zoom screen and do whatever they have to do, and it kind of feel normal. But whatever they need to do it, and not have these kids come back to school. Shelly?
Yeah, my concern is the kids. I really do feel sorry for the kids right now at this time. They want to go outside, play, and hang out, and go to school, and, learn and everything. And at this time, it's just really hard for them, and I do feel really bad for them. But on the flip side, I think that we should think of safety first, and to, like Edwonda was saying, somebody gets sick and bring it home to grandma, and then grandma ends up passing away. So I think staying home right now is the best idea until this pandemic is somewhat under control.
I agree.
How you feel, woman?
Yeah, I agree with that. And we can't be in a rush. We can't be in a rush to get them back out there because of the funding. We can't have that be the reason. And parents, I know you're stir crazy, but we can't run the risk of all of you sending your kids back and contaminating each other, because we don't know who has it. This is a serious thing. It's a pandemic. We've never been here before. We're going on several months being on lockdown and doing things differently. So we don't want to get out there too early and then have it even longer to where we have to be on lockdown. So think about that. We're not empowered. We don't control anything. These are just our opinions. And we are 3 Black Girls Talking. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Three black girls talking.